Hello, this is Homesteading Northwest Florida, and it is Sunday, February 25th, 2024 at noon. And we had a kind of a cold night. It was about 40, 45 last night. So I had certain things covered, not the lettuce. Ooh, now it is 76 degrees, 78 degrees about. Yep, had a few things covered. I got some tomatoes that I started out of a tomato that was left in the refrigerator. That I keep close to the house for the warmth, but that was covered. And I also managed to cover and save, here's this, my Mandevilla vine plant, red, that I had last year. So that is doing okay, starting to sprout out because we're getting 45, 50 degree nights. It must be the soil temp, the length of the days, I bet. But today what we're doing is we're clearing out my Mexican petunia bed. And you can see like the before and after, and I got a wheelbarrow full of stalks from last year. And Mexican petunia is awesome here in Florida. I do give it a little bit of fertilizer, and but this is basically how it grows in the spring. And I only had a little bit. This stuff spreads nicely, not invasive like. This is not the variety. I heard there's a variety that spreads from seeds, and it has like 100 flowers every morning during like August and September, the hottest months of the year. And it's coming along. And I took the lawnmower in here for just one path to get started here. And I got some gladiolas in here too. And I hit a glad that I didn't even see and broke that off. So I stopped doing it that way. Now I'm just going to do it all by hand, and I'm going to get some grasses out of here. But it pretty much doesn't let too many weeds encroach. It's a great plant for Northwest Florida here. But it'll look like this for a little while. The little shoots are by each stalk here. You can see the roots when you leave it until spring. The roots are under, and then a little stalk, new stalk, will come out next to the old stalk. You can see the little, here's another one, seedlings, little stalks. You know, it's rhizomes. You know, it spreads by rhizomes, and this is not the variety that spreads by seeds. Pull that out of there. But what I'm going to do here is chop this all down, gather up all the waste, and, compost it or burn it. I need to clear out my soil. And then I'm going to mix some soil for my compost pile with Osmocote fertilizer and spread it on here. And the soil compacts here pretty much. I don't know if it's the heavy rains or what happened, but I planted some stuff here in this square. You know, that's where I originally started with this Ruellia Mexican petunia. And this part that I started with, and I put good potting soil in here, Miracle Grow, in like a square. Well, this whole square has sunken. So that's what happens with the soils around here, is they just kind of turn to sand and they sink, and no soil really stays fluffy. You know, I don't know if it's the heat or what does it, but this area is going to get filled in, you know, every year with a bit of new soil and fertilizer, and hopefully the glads. These are some gladiolas. My sister calls them glads. But these are some gladiolas that, hopefully it won't be too deep for them when I get some soil in that square hole that I started with. But yeah, that's what, and this tree is a bluebird rose of Sharon. And I really wish that would do a little bit better. I don't know what you got to do for those, but, and I got another one over here, and an armadillo, like, dug it up. But I'll give it some special care again this year. Every year I'm going to try. Armadillo made this thing crooked. So maybe I need to cover them or something, but we're going to try with that. But the lettuce is always doing good. Probably harvest some of that and eat that. And well, we picked up some pine cones this morning, did a little bit of firewood. And yesterday we cut down an oak tree. Oak tree that, for firewood. Put it on the wood pile there, and we're getting rid of some of this Chinese privet today. Chinese privet pile. That should fill it up there. But we're doing pretty good with the clearing here of my pathway around the back here. And I need to get rid of that huge sweet gum stump. Probably have to get out a bigger chainsaw, because this stump is big. And I'll probably start by also digging up and cutting some of the feeder roots. But we're getting a path started here. And I got to a nice flat spot. And oh, the vines on this tree. I already took a big pile that big of vines. Huge pile of vines, but here's the stump. Get out of the sunlight here. Here's the stump. I'm going to clear this whole area. That oak tree, the top got snapped off by vines. Then there's a little smaller oak tree, so that's okay though. Because if that tree, if I can keep it vine free, which I probably will now that I have this much